Blue Angels practice here at Pensacola all week. That's really cool. No, I haven't. I haven't heard. I haven't camped up in that way at all. In fact, I don't know that I've ever been in Pensacola. Good afternoon, Quintilly. Good afternoon, Daydreamer. Great camping by the White. Is the campground right on the beach? Oh, okay. There's a place like that over on the Atlantic side over here, south of St. Augustine, someplace. There's a campground. The campground is right on the beach, and I'm pretty excited about checking that out. Oh, they're having an air show in Cocoa Beach. Cool. That Cocoa Beach used to be my spot, man. That was my vacation spot for years, 30 years, 30 plus years. Patent on Zell's CELZ. CELZ. We have a new patent out here, apparently, and it's popping up a little bit. About 4 minutes ago, so we'll see what it does in after hours and see if that continues on up. Oh boy. Well, we're going to get a good one. We're looking for a good one here in after hours. We've got about 30 seconds. Let's see what pops up. Are you ready? Got your pen and paper ready? CELZ just popped up on some patent news. It's up 2%. LESL just popped up a little bit here. I don't have a press release, but it did pop up. Class action lawsuit, class action lawsuit, 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 class action lawsuit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 press releases right at 4 o'clock. All of them class action lawsuits. All right. Soccer King, good afternoon. Okay. INTS pushing up. I don't see any press release, but it was trying to push up. INTS. TNXP announces online publication of phase 3 trial results. Not seeing any movement there. AEMD, Athlon Medical, AEMD, moving up pretty good. It's up about 17%, 20%, 24%, 25%. INTS pulling back here a little. Boy, pretty slow. Right now there really isn't anything moving. There really isn't much happening in after hours here. What's going on? Wow, pretty slow here. RBBN, second quarter financials. Boy, we need us a really good press release in after hours. Seems like most of the good ones have been coming out in pre-market. Sean, good afternoon. INTS pulling back a little. INTS and AEMD are about the only two that are moving with any significance, and neither one of them is looking that great right now. I'm just not seeing anything else moving. Keisha, good afternoon. Lynn, PSNL. PSNL, strategic collaboration to bring ultra-sensitive cancer recurrence testing to colorectal cancer patients. PSNL. Thank you, Lynn. PSNL. ALUR, strategic partnership with Minoc Medical in Canada to pioneer a new approach focused on metabolically healthy weight loss. ALUR. YGMZ plans to partner with Mau Mau Mall to jointly explore the Vietnam and U.S. markets. That's on YGMZ. PSNL, still trying to push up here a little bit. AEMD, still pushing up. ALUR. Boy, nothing definitive yet. Not seeing any really great news either. All right, well, AEMD still slowly pushing up. AEMD, PSNL pulling down. ALUR. It's up. ALUR is up, but it's not going anywhere right at the moment. Yeah, Byron, NAC's been moving up nice. That's a nice play from down there at 23 cents. Over $2. Gorilla Technologies had a nice push up today. Nothing clearly running just yet. Yeah, Bob, isn't that crazy? NAC is at $2. How fun is that? I'll have to do a little research and find out if there was some news that came out that might have affected that stock price today. Or if it's just momentum. Well, ALUR is up 18.5%, and that's it. PSNL is up a little bit, but it does not look great. AEMD is up a little bit, but it does not looking good. There's just not a whole lot out there looking really, really hot and sexy right now. Let's see. ALUR still pushing up a little bit. It's up to 20%. NAC, surge on EPA settlements talks. Rallied 20% today after the company confirmed it's in active settlement negotiations with the U.S. Environmental and Protection Agency concerning the potential withdrawal of the regulatory veto on its Pebble project in Alaska. Thank you, Craig. There will always be haters. Let's see. Sean, 15, here we go. Sean, you got to be up pretty nice on that one, my friend. You got to be sitting pretty solid on that little investment there. Up a little over 700%. Isn't that awesome? 700% so far and still holding. That is sweet. The stack is not NAC, N-A-K. That's like the little engine that could. That's what that stock is. Well, you never know, Sean. It might if they get if they have that regulatory approval veto removed, uh, it could go up another 20, 30, 40 cents. And if they ever announce that they got approval to get the shovels out, it's going to go crazy. Well, cells dropped hard. IGC, I see IGC up here popping up a little bit. It's up 45 cents, up at 45 cents. IGC. IGC is up 24.5%. ALUR is up 18%. No press releases out here. Nothing's looking really sexy. Nothing is looking sexy. PHH is still getting beaten to the ground. Where did NAC go? Let's see what NAC's doing in after hours. Kind of figured. NAC's not one of them stocks that runs in pre-market or after hours. It's one of them stocks that usually waits till regular market hours to do anything. It's not known for running in after hours. No, Sean, they do announce them prior. They have to get approval to do it. And they notify shareholders ahead of time. QS second quarter earnings call. VSA compliance with NASDAQ's minimum bid price requirement. CERT. No press releases yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Kimster, good afternoon. INTS trying to curl back up. Sean, they could do a reverse split if they wanted to. They do have the right to do one if they want, but they don't need to. They're not listed on the NASDAQ market. I believe they're on American. And the rules for reverse split, as far as the minimum bid price rule, is different for them than it is on NASDAQ. And so they were never in that position where they had to do one in order to become compliant. But they could do one if they chose to do one. IGC still pumping up. Brian got it from 44 to 52. Nice little trade, Brian. So, the possibility is there for NAC to do a reverse split if they ever chose to do one. Never say never, but they certainly are not in a position where they have to. A lot of companies listed pennies that are listed on NASDAQ, they drop below $1 and they get into trouble with NASDAQ and have to do a reverse split in order to get the price back up over $1. And NAC was never in that position. Class action lawsuit. IGC up 36%. Shadan. Did I pronounce that right? Shadan? Good afternoon. RIVN. Rivian Investment gets a big boost. Okay. Seems a bit fluffy. GRRR. GRRR trying to push up a little bit. Gorilla Technologies. It's a $24 stock. That stock had a nice little run today. Went up about $3. It's up about 14%, 15%. Pretty nice. VSA popping off a little bit there on a press release. This is the one that regained compliance with NASDAQ's minimum bid price requirement. It's popping off. IGC kind of going flat. ALUR. I'm not in anything right now because I haven't got any news that I like. I want some news. I want a fresh one. I want a fresh press release here. And I haven't seen one yet in after hours that I like. IGC still pushing up. Thank you, Brian. IGC still push. It's up 49%, 50%, 53%, 59%. Wow, that just spiked up pretty nice. Going for a buck, maybe? Going for a buck, perhaps, on IGC? Who knows? Ooh. Oh, boy, that'll put hair on your chest. Whoo. IGC, AEMD, ALUR, MFI. Still waiting on the news to drop. It's like sitting watching a bobber. Remember in the old days when you could sit on the shore, throw your line out, and watch your bobber? Remember that as a kid? Just sit and watch the bobber all day long. Every once in a while, you get a little bounce in the bobber, and you get all excited. Oh, I love bobber fishing. I do too, Terry. I'm with you. I love bobber fishing. I do watch my bobber in public. I think that's when it needs to be watched. IGC still trying to push up. Griff, yes, I was. Had it at 23 cents. So right now we're just bobber watching. We're waiting for the news. Griff, no, I don't have it anymore. I sold my knack when it started going up. Hey, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I made a lot of money on that. Could have made more, obviously, but I made good money on that one. Less I made less than 100,000 and more than 30,000. Let me put it that way. So I'll let you guess where it's at in there somewhere. IGC, nothing there. ALUR popping up. ALUR all of a sudden pop. Just like the temperature button on the turkey when it pops out in the oven. Bing! Oh, right. Love when the turkey thermometer pops out. Turkey time. IGC. ALUR. Come on, baby. Pop up. Get over 350. Let's see. What? Just out of curiosity. Let's see. What did NAC hit today? 210. Let's just say it was at 210. From $2.10 times if I would have held NAC until today, from where I bought it in at, if I'd have held NAC until today and sold, I would have been up over 100,000. Yep, there's some background noise. I got the AC running. Can't shut that off. We just have to bear with us through the noise. Yeah, yep, yep. I don't. I made out really well on that stock. I got it at 23 cents. And I was telling everybody else about it at 23 cents as well. We had a whole bunch of pack members buy it at 23, 25, 27, a couple in the low 30s. And we've got one or two still holding from that range. Sean was in it. Sean's in at 27 and still in it. But don't feel bad that I sold it because I did really well. I've had that stock for I've had that stock for a long time. Long, long, long time. I've had it for quite some time. Yeah, knack. I could probably pinpoint it on the chart exactly when I bought that. See what I did? What I was doing was playing the channel. I was playing the Darvis box on this one, and I bought it. I think I got it around June, sometime in the summer, around June of 2023. So I held on to that for a long time, for quite some time. And it paid off. It paid off. Holding it that long paid off. Well, I bought an RV with it. Let me tell you that. That gives you any idea. I paid for my RV with that one trade. Took 2 years to pay off, but took 2 years for it to manifest. Now, if I'd have waited until today to pay it off or to sell it, I could have bought my RV and paid for my Wave Runner all at the same time. But I didn't have to punch a clock. That's right. Got to sit in the comfort of my own home. Right here in my office. Houston, what ticker? We were talking about NAC. Northern Dynasty Minerals, NAK. It's a stock I've held since like 2023. I got it at about 23 cents a share. I had I had like 52,000 shares of it, and then I sold a few off when it went up. But I had quite a chunk of shares when I sold. Sean. Sean's going to have a license plate that says Knack on it. With a vanity plate on the front that says Jeff Rocks. Let's see. Our general market news. I got a bunch of press releases here, but they're all just general market news, fluff pieces. How much do you invest per? Well, when I was no, don't put that one on there, Drew. That's somebody else. When I was investing real heavily, when I was working towards retirement, I would put each position, it depended on the news, what kind of news it was, and how good I liked the news. But it was not uncommon for me to put, back at that time, it wasn't uncommon for me to put 30,000, 15,000, $20,000 in a one position. And I would buy 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 shares at a time, scaling in, of course. But that is if I really, really, really liked the press release. So I was playing with large sums of money. But after I retired, I got a little bit more conservative, quite a bit more conservative. And now I trade now I trade for fun and for teaching. I don't trade to try to get rich. I don't trade to because I'm working towards retirement or anything like that, trying to add to my retirement fund or add to my kids' inheritance or anything like that. I don't trade for those reasons anymore because I'm already retired. I already got enough for the rest of my life. So I don't trade to try to get rich. So I'm very conservative. And typically what I do now is if a stock is under $3, I'll typically put about $2,000 into that position. If it's over $3, I'll put $3,000 into that position. Now, how many shares do I get typically? Just depends on the price. I can put $2,000 in a $1 stock and get 2,000 shares, or I can put it in a 50-cent stock and get 4,000 shares. So how many shares I get just depends on what the price is. But I typically do about $2,000 or $3,000 in a position as a minimum. I will put more than that in there. I will dump more if I really like the news. If I see a press release that comes out that I'm like head over heels in love with, I'll dump, 7 grand, maybe 10 grand onto a position. But I got to really, really love it. I just gotten very, very conservative. And again, it's because I'm not trading. I'm not trading right now because I'm trying to build wealth. Because I'm trying to get to a point where I can retire and I don't have to punch the clock anymore and all that. That was my motivation many years ago, but it's not the motivation anymore. Now I trade because I love trading. I love the excitement. I love the adrenaline. When you buy something and it starts running up and you get really excited and you're making money, that's why I do it. I like trading. I'm just addicted to trading. And it keeps me busy during retirement. It gives me something to do, and when I'm not traveling, well, I even trade when I'm traveling, but that's besides the point. And then I do it, to help benefit other people. Trust me, if I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning so that I can be up and ready to do the whole wolf pack thing. I'm up at 4 a.m. prepping, getting ready. And I spend until 9:35, 9:45 doing it. And then maybe another hour after that, answering emails, mailing out books, doing all the things that I have to do to keep the wolf pack going. It's kind of like having a part-time job. Up doing your hair, hair and makeup. And so if we stop and think about it for just a minute, there's days when I would rather just sleep in and enjoy my retirement. Get up, take the Wave Runner out to the ocean, and take the Wave Runner and go off for the day and enjoy and travel and do all the things that what people like to do in retirement. But I'm dedicated to the Wolfpack thing, and I am dedicated to helping people, and gives me something to do in retirement. I'll say that. But I have become more conservative with my trading for sure. I retired at 58. 58 years young. Holmes Beach? No, I don't think so. IGC, kind of stuck here, 52%. ADHC, I don't see that one on the scanner at all, and that's because it's like an OTC stock. Did you have another source of income to retire? Troy, no, I did not. I had a 401k but I sold that many, 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 many years ago. I cashed out on that. AZTR. I primarily got my ability to retire from trading. My primary source of income for retirement was trading. Sean, it looks like they did a reverse split on 7/1 of last year. So just about a year and a few days. They did a reverse split, and the price was up around 480s, somewhere in that general ballpark. Now, as you can tell, since then, it's been on a downward spiral ever since. Let me see how long it's been below $1. AZTR has been below $1 since 7/29 of last year. They did a reverse split on 7/1, and by 7/29, they were already below $1 again. It got beat down that bad. That's crazy. So yes, they are prime candidate for a reverse split. They've been under $1 for a long. Now I'd have to look to make sure they're a NASDAQ traded company. That's important to find out. If it's not a NASDAQ company, it's not as likely that they're going to do some kind of a reverse split. I'll have to look them up and see. See if they're on the American Exchange or if they're on NASDAQ. Shug P starting to climb. IGC starting to climb again. ALUR starting to climb again. But they've been under $1 long enough to be a prime candidate for a reverse split. I'm surprised they haven't done one already. If they're on NASDAQ, I'll have to look it up. Let's look it up right now. Let's see if they, while we don't have any news and it's slow, let's take a look at it. Let's look on, what shall we look? Let's look on FinViz. Let's look up. See, they're on the American Exchange. They're not on NASDAQ. Now they're on the American exchange, Sean. They're not on NASDAQ. So the worry of reverse split has suddenly decreased now. So they're not as in that emergency situation where they have to do reverse split. Doesn't mean they won't do one. IGC now at 57%. Come on, baby, push. Well, we got nothing going on here. Ooh. That'd make your toes curl up. That'd make your toes curl. Do you love retirement? Oh, I love retirement. I haven't had to punch a clock in several years. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. 4 years now. Just turned 62. I know. I don't look a day over 40. LIMN. $1963 here. I'm a 1963 baby. Last of the boomers. Terry's a 65 model. Sheila, 1963 also. 67 for David. Byron says 55. He got us all beat. $54. $65. There's a rock star. I got the rock star goggles. Thank you, Lisa. My dad's age, 1963. Oh, no. Boy, that'll make you feel old, don't it? Alabama Mike, 63. John, 60. Brian, 1880. Sean's born in 73. Chuck, 69. Helen, good afternoon. 74 for Floyd. Jeff, 58. Lisa, 77. Chandler, 60. Farm Life, 88. 1963, retired day trading 3 years ago. Love your show. Well, thank you very much. 78, 64, 69, 62, 67. A lot of us 60s babies in here. 68, 69, 71, 67, 67. Gary, 59. Liz, 53. Denny, 1977. Evidently, 60s was a popular year to be born. We're all 1960s babies. It's all those hippie years, yeah. I'll be darned. That is great. 70s. David, 1962. I'm trying to retire. You're helping me. Well, that's good. There's a lot of 60s babies in here. Woodstock leftovers. Bob, leap year 1960, 67. Bunch of them 60s babies. Ooh. Boy, that's good. Calm down a little bit there, John. IGC. Nothing to talk about there. It's not doing anything. Not going anywhere. Kiki, you have a great day. All right, IGC 57. Trying. Oh, I got to verify my count. Looks like IGC is trying again. Trying to get over 60. IGC. Up 66%, finally over 60. Yeah, old Johnny boy sold way too soon, didn't he? Yeah, John's gone for now. I put John back in the waiting room. That's right. He got timeout. John, John got a timeout. He got shine boxed. Probably not a great idea to come into my Zoom and tell me how to run my Zoom. not not the best plan. Yeah, I think you just want attention. Byron, yes, yes. Everybody that's on Zoom is a Wolfpack member. Oh, I'm guessing about 63, something like that. Old enough to know better. Yeah, he's something. Let's see. Did Gain do an offering? I don't know. Let me take a look here. Doesn't look like it. Let me look at news here. Don't have any press releases on it, so I can't honestly tell you if it did. It doesn't appear that they did. The price action doesn't say, is not telling me that they did an offering. Yeah, I see it on Momo where they're saying they did 4 million shares. But I'm not seeing a press release for it. And the price action certainly doesn't look like they did an offering at all. That's from 7-7. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of a pullback that would indicate an offering. All right. Well, we got no news at 5 o'clock. We've gotten no news at all really this afternoon that has done anything really to speak of. IGC is pushing up still a little bit. It's up 61%, 62%. ALUR not doing anything except going sideways. Let's see. All right. Well, it looks like that's going to be about it for today, I think. Not seeing anything else pushing up anywhere. There's no press releases. Here's one on coin, financials. No good press releases. So it looks like that's going to be it for today. Nothing really going on right now. IGC is the only stock moving up at all. So I think we're going to call it a night. John will be back with us tomorrow. I'm quite certain of that. So, with that being said, you guys have a great night. God bless. And I'll see you on Zoom first thing in the morning at 6:45. And we will be on TikTok and YouTube tomorrow morning at 7:35 a.m. Eastern Time, 7:35. And with any luck, we can get some press releases tomorrow morning that do very well for us. We had a couple this morning. I did a video this morning on TikTok and YouTube about that, and we had a couple of pretty good ones. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get some more. Have a good night. You guys take care of yourselves. Be safe. Keep it green. Remember, it damn sure beats punching the clock. I'll see you guys in the morning.